When we try to picture prehistoric danger, our minds jump straight to the classics. We default to dinosaurs, things like the Spinosaurus, or the massive T-Rex skeleton looming over a museum gallery. But giving those giant reptiles a total monopoly on terror ignores the vast majority of our history. It overlooks the millions of years of predators that came before the T-Rex even appeared, and the ones that took its place after it died out. The truth is, our planet has consistently produced terrifying, supersized predators across every single environment. Nature has always found ways to engineer monsters. By looking at the three realms of ancient Earth, the land, the sky, and the sea, it becomes clear just how lucky we are to live in this relatively tame, anomalous modern era. Let's start at the ground level, in the dense swamps of our ancient history. And right away, the nightmare begins with insects. Imagine walking past an arthroplora, a massive millipede that grew up to 3 meters long. Crawling through the underbrush right beside it were ancient roaches the size of house cats. If you avoided those, you still had to deal with the pulmonoscorpius. These were scorpions 3 feet long, armed with sharp claws and a stinger that injected massive amounts of venom with every attack. Long before the dinosaurs became dominant, the top predator was an animal called the gorgonops. It was 6 to 10 feet long, incredibly fast, and equipped with massive canines so large they nearly protruded past its lower jaw. Later, the forests of Asia were home to the Gigantopithecus. This was a monstrous ape, standing 3 meters tall and weighing up to 1,200 pounds. It possessed enough physical strength to easily overpower any early human that got too close. Then there's the Titanoboa, a 15-meter snake weighing over a ton. It killed by squashing its prey with inescapable crushing force, the same way a modern boa constrictor eats a guinea pig, only on a much larger scale. Navigating the prehistoric ground level was a constant gauntlet. You were surrounded by lethal venom, crushing pressure, and brute mammalian strength. You might think that fleeing the forests for open ground or looking to the sky would offer some relief. It didn't. The skies were ruled by the Quetzalcoatlus. With the wingspan of an airplane, it stood at the height of a giraffe. But it likely didn't hunt from the air. It walked on the ground using its massive beak to snatch up human-sized prey whole. In the Americas, long after the dinosaurs were gone, the open plains were ruled by terror birds. They couldn't fly, but they could run as fast as a cheetah. Their primary weapon was a meter-long hooked beak. It was capable of killing and devouring horses, camels, and even early humans. These ancient plains and skies were dominated by avian giants that had the speed and size to treat early mammals as defenseless prey. To find the absolute maximum limits of predator size on our planet, we have to look in the water. In the rivers of South America lived the Parusasaurus. This was a 13-meter giant crocodile, more than twice the length of any species alive today. It was large enough to fight a T-Rex and win. In the oceans, there was the Mosasaurus. This 50-foot marine reptile had a head like a crocodile, lined with hundreds of razor-sharp teeth. It was large enough to consume a small boat in a single bite. But the ultimate apex predator was the megalodon. This shark was estimated to be 60 feet long and could weigh up to 100 tons. This wasn't some distant relative to ancient history. It only died out about 2.6 million years ago, meaning it hunted whales and giant sea turtles that are still around today. Earth's oceans allowed predators to scale to sizes where a human-sized target would be swallowed whole, making survival a physical impossibility once detected. From 10-foot bugs to 60-foot sharks, the fossil record confirms that these massive, specialized predators were common for millions of years. But through a combination of shifting climates, environmental changes, and eventually early human hunting, this entire roster was wiped out. When you look at what used to roam the planet, you realize that our daily activities are only possible because we won this evolutionary lottery. You can swim or camp in the woods today because these monsters are gone. We often mourn what we've lost to extinction, but the absence of these ancient titans is a